Station V103, the ATL's number one for hip hop, R&B, and throwbacks. Big Tigger Morning Show with Jazzy McBee. Jazzy is out getting ready for school next week. Big Tig flying solo, but everybody going back to school Monday, August 1st. A couple people going back early. I don't know why, but we ain't talking about y'all right now. Would love to introduce you to Dr. Al Taylor, the interim Gwinnett County Superintendent. He's in the building. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Listen, school coming.
It is. It's here.
Absolutely. What are some of the things Gwinnett County is doing or has done to get ready to and to get the students ready to go back to school this year?
Yeah, I don't think it's common knowledge, but preparation for a new year doesn't end when the summer begins. Okay. We have staff working all summer, from construction staff, up-readying facilities to professional development takes place. So there's a lot of moving pieces that go into starting the school year.
Absolutely. Gwinnett County is the largest school district around these parts. So there's lots of concerns. Are there enough teachers? Is there enough security? Where are we with either one of those questions?
We're actually in a great place. I think at last count, so we have 142 buildings, about 24,000 employees. For teaching staff, it's about maybe 13,000. I think the last count we had like 20 vacancies, which is unheard of for a district this size and, in the metro area. So we're in a great space with hiring. With safety, that's always top priority, top concern. I'm really excited. We made some huge investments. We're rolling out weapons detection systems in all of our middle and high schools over the next couple months.
Absolutely. Is there a target number for teacher-student ratio? Is there what is the ideal number?
It really depends on who you ask.
Okay.
So as a former principal, I can remember always priding myself in having very low, what I consider to be low, student-teacher ratios. But I never had a teacher who didn't want fewer students. Right. And so, there's not really a bottom to that.
Right.
I think it really depends on the capacity of the teacher and developing that the teacher, an effective teacher is going to figure out how to make it work no matter how many students are in the classroom.
Talking to Dr. Al Taylor, Gwinnett County Superintendent. Now, one of the things that has also been added to the teacher's plate this year with the cell phone ban is policing that cell phone ban. Do you have plans on how to do that and what some of the repercussions will be if these kids get on these cell phones?
Yeah, well, we were very pleased that school districts were giving a little bit of a runway. So we're actually not implementing it full in August. The requirement is that you have a plan in place by January with full implementation for next year. So we're really going to use this semester to gather feedback from staff. We actually had a couple schools that have already been doing this for some time. And we're going to try to learn from some of what they're doing before we scale out what our district-wide implementation plan is going to look like.
Are you a fan of the cell phone ban?
It is absolutely 100% a distraction in some instances, but the balancing act is just recognizing these students don't know a world where you actually had to remember a phone number and you had to remember directions, and so this is their world, and so we don't want to completely squeeze out that digital space, particularly for these digital natives. But in the classroom and with bullying and such, there's certainly a benefit to this wall.
Dr. Al Taylor's in the building. The largest school district, Gwinnett County, is representing first day of school Monday, August 4th. I saw some stories apparently at the lower levels that we're returning to teaching cursive. I thought that's important. Why did we go away from cursive, even though these kids will probably never sign anything?
But I think this is what we were just talking about in terms of how you balance the digital space with some of those traditional practices. The huge transition to more computer usage and Chromebooks during the pandemic. We were just all throwing them out.
Right.
One of those pieces that got squeezed out was cursive, and it's interesting to see how many students are unable to write a signature.
Wow.
And so I think it's gonna be a good thing.
Has the digital thing helped or hurt? We're talking about reading and writing at the basic core of it. And I know the pandemic was hurtful to a lot of kids, especially in that developmental stage. But even though it seems like the iPads or Chromebooks and all these things digital should help people with reading, has it been helpful or hurtful, do you believe, in the progress of these kids?
I think it's both. One thing I think we learned, particularly during the pandemic, was that you can't really replace the teacher. And no matter how much we move into a space of technology integration, there's still a need for the art of teaching.
Right.
And so I think we're in spaces we may have overutilized technology integration. That's where the hurt came from. But when a teacher is able to use that as a tool to supplement what he or she is doing in the classroom, there's clear benefit for it.
Amen. The Interim Gwinnett County Superintendent, Dr. Al Taylor, is our guest this morning. Anything exciting happening in Gwinnett this year, like we need to know about?
Everything. This for us is the most exciting part of the year. You know, we'll be welcoming back just north of probably about 181,000 students.
Wow.
Incredibly excited. Staff has been incredibly excited. We're in the pre-planning week, so there's high energy across the district. We're just ready to get the year started.
Amen. Well, we appreciate all the hard work you're doing over there in Gwinnett County. People have questions they need answered. Who do they reach out to and how?
The best and most direct answer to most questions are going to be at the building level. So I always recommend that families start first at the local school, starting with the teacher, and then progressing up. Certainly if the question's not answered by the time they reach the building principal, reaching out to the central office staff for us to help accelerate the resolution. Okay, well, Dr. Al, we appreciate you coming this morning. Shout out to all the Gwinnett County kids, largest school district. First day, Monday, August 4th. Get your kids together and get them back to school. Thank you for coming this morning.
No, thank you for having us.
Y'all don't go too far. We got more Big Tigger Morning Show up next on V103.